Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I'm here for the week of May 6th through the May 12th. It is currently October the 11th, so I am only 5 months behind. I inadvertently had to take yet another week off. I got really sick. It has not been, like in hindsight, I think about these videos. It just hasn't been a very healthy year, 2024. So our aim is for 2025 to be healthier. But I've heard when your kids start school and when your kids start daycare, which my littlest started daycare, my biggest started school, this is all par for the course and it'll sort of even out in a couple of years. I am using a beautiful kit called Spring, from Dash of Sun, or formerly Dash of Sun Designs. It's hard for me to stop saying Dash of Sun Designs, so I think it flows so beautifully off the tongue. And this was a uneventful week. Like, nothing big happened, but we had some like eventful stuff happen. I don't love my spacing on it. I don't love my spacing on it. So it looks nice. It looks nice. I'm glad. But I really struggled with the headers of this kit. They were not coming up. Maybe they just weren't cut as thoroughly, or you guys know that when I have humidity in my basement, I have issues with it. The kit itself, though, is absolutely stunning. This particular full box that I'm putting down right now on Wednesday with the windmill and the girl with the flowers reminds me so much of when I went to the Netherlands, which was when I went to the Netherlands, it was Holland. That is how long ago I went. So, yeah. Anyway, so I guess I'm just like waiting for everything to go down. But one of the big things that happened this week, I had like a pretty significant argument with my husband. He and I don't really argue about stuff that, like, we have tiffs and stuff because like every couple does. But this was like a really big one that really upset me. And I was like, oh, I don't love this. In my heart of hearts, like, it's just not my favorite. So that happened on Wednesday, and it sort of just put like a frustration onto the rest of the week for myself. Yeah, this is where I was struggling with everything. But otherwise, and that's where like my spacing also got bad for Wednesday because I didn't want to do any day extenders. I don't know. It was a whole thing. And I didn't want to do things so out of order, but things just this week were not chronological. Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing them. But in terms of planning stuff going forward, I actually have the next two bases down. I've laid them down and I just need to pull. So my goal is I am going to pull for the rest of May, which is only 2 more weeks, and then I'm going to pull for all of June. And my goal is to have all of that up. Ideally, it's the 11th of October today, but ideally I would like to get that done by the end of the month. That's all. I'm not going to push it too hard. I mean, ideally, I'd love to get to the end of July done, but that's just not realistic. I know me. Plus, I've got other videos. I got some Happy Mail from Simply Gilded because I have a problem with the bookshelf washi, and I have a problem with the bookshelf washi. I love it. I need it in my life. So I got, excuse me, I got some every time. You'd think. It's like 8:45 in the morning. I'm having coffee. Why am I yawning? I don't know. Probably the perpetual sleep deprivation, Alex, if we're going to be honest about it. But, yeah, so I couldn't get the headers up at all for this kit. I'm sorry, I'm really like bouncing around here, but that's sort of where my brain is at this morning. Again, the perpetual sleep deprivation is really something. People who suffer from insomnia, much worse than I do, because mine sort of resolved itself after university, but I'm so sorry for you. It must be really hard. I do love that I have these leftover Dash of Sun Design headers, though, and I do love a straight across. I really do. I think it looked really nice, and I appreciate that Chelsea puts in extra, like one extra, so then I could pull it into the sidebar and make it look cohesive. So I like this. I think it turned out well. As I said, it's not my favorite spread of 2024, which is saying something because I feel like I've had quite a few favorite spreads of 2024. So like I have a lot. I'm just looking through them now. Oh, man. Yeah, I've had some really nice spreads, but, anywho, yeah, I think it's just how I laid out my day by day when it comes down to it. But you'll see here, this is like the real struggle. And it was like bad. So it's not that, like, it was just weird. They're cut very well. But yeah, I just couldn't get any of this off. So yeah, I ended up having to pull in my stickers. So I'm like watching myself while I'm doing this. And I was like, it's been, to be fair, it has been 2.5 weeks since I filmed this originally. So, but I think that's really cute. I love like how it has a little tape in there and it makes it look sort of like it's a sticky note. I thought that was really cute and I think it turned out really well. And then again, my struggle to get off the Monday through Sunday for the week, but I got it off. It was fine. Was it fine? Yeah, it was fine. And it laid down really nicely. And then I just used a decorative sticker at the bottom just to fill the space in there for my currently reading. Oh, I should have added that in. A study in drowning. A study in drowning. That's what I read that week. Anyway, let's get into the day by day. So on Monday, I used one of the laptop stickers that Chelsea has designed herself to note that I worked in the office. And then that day, my coworker and I went out and I did a massive shopping spree at Old Navy because I could afford it. And honestly, at this point, like, how do I say it? I want clothes that I am wearing, not my clothes to wear me. Then that evening, I went out into my backyard and I did so much weeding, and I love that little girl from Fox and Pip. I don't look that cute when I do the weeding, but I aspire to look that cute. Then I, on Tuesday, packed my lunch, so I used an emoji for that and another laptop to note that I worked in office again. And that day I had an everything shower, and I was grumpy about having to have that everything shower. I don't know why, but I was. So obviously I have a sticker for that with Fox and Cactus, which is really nice. But luckily I went to Starbucks that day on my way to work. And then on the afternoon after I got home, I had outdoor play with the family because it started to get really nice for May, and I used Fox and Pip stickers for that as well. Then my husband and I just were like chilling together and like, you know, catching up as we do. This is what we do a couple times a week now. Then I used a Clever Gal Craft sticker on Wednesday to note that I had daycare drop off on that day. And another emoji, and I did my final 2023 voiceover. It was I'm so glad to have been done with 2023. As always, perpetually and consistently behind. And I also finished filming a haul video on this day. So I was very, very productive. I was glad to be that productive. Then I got a manicure, a pedicure, and a brow wax, and the kit didn't have a drawn icon for that, but thankfully I had a leftover yellow icon. I was so nice to be able to bring in my yellows. I feel like I don't often get to do that for the spreads. If you were wondering what pen I am using, it is the Rye Tech Up Gel pen in 0.5. It is legitimately the smoothest writing I've ever done, and that includes the Kleena, and you guys know I love my Kleenas, so I love it. Then I used a Fox and Cactus swish. I sent out all of the birthday invites for my big guy's birthday, and a Sweet Tea Sticker Co. Little phone icon. I placed an Amazon order for everything that I would need for his birthday party because we had a Paw Patrol theme. Then a Fox and Pip girl just doing the laundry, and then I noted the fight with my husband, although again, this is where the spacing got iffy, and I just Nothing was pulling up from the page well. I don't know. And you can even see here, like, I didn't love how it turned out. So there's that. For the second half of the week, I marked daycare drop-off the same for Thursday and Friday. I used the bow icon from Clever Gal Crafts. And shout out to Rachel. If you guys have been here for a while, Rachel is my OG. And she had recommended, when I ran out of daycare stickers, she had recommended that I use the Clever Gal Crafts leftover ones because I didn't really know what to use them for. And I thought that was perfect. It's perfect. I do have little pencil icons that I'm going to use for my big guy when it starts to be school drop-off time. Then I had to email my mortgage specialist. We put a large chunk onto our mortgage and it was up for renewal in August. So I wanted to start that process rather. So I used a Maru to note on the laptop just to note that I had emailed them. I went for a walk at lunchtime and then I scheduled when my fence would be done, which was fantastic. Love my fence. So glad that I did it. I'm so glad my husband talked me into that. But I think because I had some time before work started on this day that I went for a 4-kilometer walk on my way home from daycare, which was really nice. And then I did the dishes this day and I used a font from Sweetie Sticker Co. and another Sweetie Sticker Co. icon to note that I got Happy Meal from Dash of Sun Designs, which is always fun. And then that night, because we have had our mattress, for some reason it warped. It shouldn't have warped within the 18 months that we got it, but you know, my struggle earlier in the year, I called it. I was like, whatever, we'll do large item pickup. And we went and we got a new mattress. And then we moved my big guy into a big kid bed. And his sleep has been excellent since we did that. So we're going to move my little guy into a big kid bed soon too. Then the next morning, I had a call with the mortgage specialist at 10 a.m., which was really nice. And then again, daycare drop off. And I worked on my budget on this day. And another Fox and Pip icon to note that I placed an order with the Prairie Planner. And then I had packages that I had to mail on this day. So I used a squish to note that. And then while I was just doing things, I went to Pet Value and Dollarama on my lunch. Just a busy day of doing stuff. On Saturday, I used one of the Mom Life sheets to note that I played with my kids. They say that roughhousing with your kids is really good, so I kind of let them use me as a jungle gym, or my big guy likes to play doctor with me, and the whole point of the game is that I lie flat on the floor while he gives me a checkup. My favorite game ever. And so we did passport pictures that day. We did groceries that day. My little guy did not nap. I placed an Amazon order and I folded laundry. It was uneventful. On Sunday, it was Mother's Day and I was tired. My kids had swim that morning, so we took them to swim. And then we went to the garden center for me. That was my Mother's Day plan. My husband and I spent some time together. We reconciled. And then I spent some time in the afternoon pulling weeds and getting the garden ready. Then my in-laws came over to celebrate Mother's Day with us. And I had to use in a pickle icon from Paper and Milk because we just had the worst dinner out in the world. We had a time for dinner. They made us wait for 45 minutes, which was not good. The kids were super hungry and the food was not good. So it was a tough end to a week, but it's a pretty spread and I love the kids so much. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next videos and I hope that you are all staying safe and well. Toodles!